welcome to my first behind the scenes video after 5 years of doing a show. I figured I'd go ahead and put something up to try and break down how I go about doing my light show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and walk around the yard and the equipment and take a look. So we're going to start in the garage where we have the FPP set up. It is connected to the home network on our standard Wi-Fi connection that runs through the whole house. Then it's hardwired from the FPP into this unmanaged TP-Link 8-port switch. Audio is run through a sound blaster up to the FM transmitter, just under the standard Amazon CZZ 05Bs, operating at half a watt. Gets about a mile's worth of coverage throughout the range, so more than enough for the show. On the outside, you can see we've got some network cables running out. I've got 3 main controllers that are hosting the show right now, and got 2 Falcons as well as one of the Matos Genius Dragons that was originally purchased, I think, to run the my permanent light installs. I'm not sure that it's going to fit my needs for that exactly, so still trying to determine whether or not I want to proceed with that. This is the first controller that I purchased. It is an F16 V3. I have this as well as 3 Falcon smart receivers that were the original setup 5 years ago. In 2020 was our first show, and it ran everything by itself. It's a pretty standard CG 1500 build. As you can tell, not all the pigtails are run through. Actually, you only utilize about half of this box from the main controller, the majority of which circle through and connect up into my Rosa Grande, which I have mounted on the porch. 4 connections into the Rosa Grande, equally divided, so I've just got it custom split out. From there, also running off of the main controller, we have what I call my mini matrices. These are just PVC and some of the Bosqueo mesh. Run around. I think these are, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So these are about 180 pixels each that run into those. So the controller connects in, starts on those chains, and then runs up to the singing bulbs that are connected onto the pillars. I'm not sure why I'm angled all of a sudden. There we go. Come on. Let's go into a different mode. Still trying to learn how to use this gimbal. There we go. Let's see if this works a little better. So my singing bulbs this year are mounted on the pillars. Just got magnet mounts that are running through. Some of them have 2, some of them have 1. Experimenting with what actually will work in order to get those stable in the wind as we go through this. Some props are actually already down for the year, as we had a pretty big windstorm that blew through right after Christmas, and rather than go through the effort of mounting everything back up only to tear it down a week later, figured we'd go ahead and just take that stuff down. So also running off that F16, we'll go up to the 2nd floor. And as you can see, I've got 2 controller boxes up there. One of them is angled from the pre-mentioned windstorm. Those run the 2nd level, everything but the permanent lights. Those are run through the Matos controller. So the top box there takes care of the icicles that are on top. The bottom box takes care of the window frames and the snowflakes that I have mounted. Those are all just PVC mounted into a clip that's drilled into the side of the house. All of that worked perfectly this year, except for that one right there next to that window, which I had issues with constantly. The slightest bit of wind would blow that one off. So I'm going to spend the off season re-examining what exactly I should be using to mount these and keep them up for the entire season. And moving on now to the second primary major controller in the show. This is another Falcon unit. This would be the F16 V4. Has been rock solid stable. All of my Falcon stuff is rock solid stable. I've never had an issue with anything that wasn't self-inflicted. This one I've got hooked up to an HP power supply. A little more utilization on this. This is my yard controller. So going out, I think I've got all 16 ports connected in, although I see one that's starting to have a little issue that I'm going to have to make sure I address. Hopefully nothing's plugged into that one. And then I do run that over to a couple of smart receivers that are mounted behind what I call my mini mega tree. This is one of the GE Gilbert Engineering flat trees that I'm using as my mega tree. I have 2 smart receivers in there, so I'm running this is a 1,000 node tree, and I'm running about 200 nodes per input or output, and so I've got 5 total ports that I'm using in there, spread across 2 smart receivers, and then also I'm taking the remaining ports. And new addition for this year was these GE presents that I've just mounted with some standard 3-foot T fence posting T stakes. Moving around, we've got arches. These are one of the few remaining original props, probably going to be replaced for next year. These are Boscoyo arches, the triple arches. Love them. They've worked well. I've just I think I want a little more density for next year. So we've still got 3 of those in the display. These are not daisy chained together anymore. I'm really trying to run props kind of individually as much as I can. I'm trying to take advantage of my FPS. New addition for this year were our EFL Showstopper trees. Really enjoyed these. The number of submodels that Jackie and the folks over at Showstopper were able to get into these trees is just absolutely amazing. If you're on the fence, by all means, this is an amazing prop. These are actually the second set of props that I purchased from Jackie at EFL. Literally the first prop I bought up there on the house, those snowman snowflakes. First prop I ever bought back in 2020. I think it might have been right around the time he was started. Those will always be in the show. Those are by far my favorite props that I have in the show, probably for sentimental reasons, but yeah, absolutely love them. Purchased them in all white during the off season. Just took some spray paint to them, kind of make them look daytime friendly across the board. So I've got 4 of those. Normally we'll have 3 spiral trees, but as I mentioned before, we had a windstorm that blew through about a week ago, and anchors just weren't holding up, and it wasn't worth it for them to stay out. So today being the last day of the show, everything will come down. But these were just standard. Neighbor was getting rid of them. Spiral trees, so I ripped off the AC lights and just custom zip tied 200 nodes up and down. I'm thinking honestly next year what I may do differently is, rather than using the poles that these came with, I'm probably going to go ahead and get some EMT. I'll bend the top of it. I'll just pound the top of it in so it'll fit within that. And then I'll probably just mount this on a piece of rebar so I don't have to worry about anchors in the ground, which doesn't seem to matter what size I buy. They always seem to give out, given the fact that we have more muddy Christmases than white Christmases in this area anymore. Final yard prop, at least for this year. We've got 10 PVC candy canes. I honestly don't remember where I got them. I got these in the off season of between 2020 and 2021. These just came out in all white, and then taped them off and spray painted candy striped them. These are all mounted again on the fence T-posts. New addition this year, I was holding these flat against the T-posts. This year I went ahead and put some bolts in as spacers. We ran a Halloween show this year for the first time, and so I was really looking for how can I maximize or minimize my level of effort and maximize my unclip that and clip this. So for a Halloween show, all of these stakes were already laid out. These had our tombstones and some cauldrons and things like that. Drilled holes that matched up in the sizing, so I was able just to undo these bolts and washers, pull off the tombstone, put on the candy cane, and move on with my life. It was really nice. Last year, this is our last thing to show. It's one of the last things that, or again, one of the very first purchases that was made. This is a Holiday Coro Tune 2 sign. Served us well. Does exactly what it needs to do. It has been rock solid outside of, you know, things outside of the vendor's control, that being the muddiness of my yard. So normally it's been very stable. These are original nodes. I think I got these from I don't even remember where I got these from, honestly. So it served us well. It may continue to be used as I spread out. The plan for next year is to potentially move into our side yard, so I may move this over into that, but we're going to be replacing the Tune 2 sign with a new prop that I've been working with a local guy who's just getting into the Coro game. So we've been designing a new Tune 2 sign for that. It will still be node based, but that will be the primary one moving forward. Final call out I want to do is on this flat tree that we had from that we got from Gilbert Engineering. Originally I purchased it all white with the intention of spray painting it like I did with the others. That never happened, or at least I didn't think about it until after I'd already pushed all 1,000 nodes, and really didn't want to do that all over again. So reached out to the fine folks at Gilbert, got one of their G skins. I can't say enough good things about what this has added in terms of daytime to the show, or to this prop. It's just excellent, and it was not that hard to apply. All I did was get in and just push the edge of the nodes through the vinyl. That's been more than sufficient, even in the worst winds, of keeping these on and stable throughout. I'll probably spend the off season to kind of push some of these other nodes that you may see aren't quite all the way through the vinyl, but that's just kind of more of an OCD thing, and make sure that the vinyl gets stretched out enough. On that same order with the Rosa Grande, again, can't say enough good things about the folks over at Gilbert. They were kind enough when I reached out to custom print a G-skin for our Rosa Grande that has our show logo on it. The turnaround in it, especially considering I think I had the concept and asked for it sometime in early mid-October, and got it the week before Halloween. So they turned it around amazingly quick. We have this one, and we have another one that will match. So we have a different logo for our Halloween show for Bennett Haunted Lights. So it'll be, you know, I took the same approach of just pushing those nodes through the G-skin. I'll just do the same thing with the Halloween one, rip it off, and the Christmas one will be right below it. So it's a very quick rundown of our show. I feel like I rambled through most of it, but I guess that's kind of the point of these kind of videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. More than happy to share my knowledge or what I've learned. I don't know if I'd call it knowledge, just share from my previous mistakes so that perhaps you don't have to. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend. It really helps us out.